Do you find yourself getting like in in certain emotions in the day and maybe lacking a bit of confidence, a bit of belief in yourself, not feeling so good? Well, today I'm going to talk about the idea of a setback plan and introducing that into your life. And if you stay until the end, I have an extra special point for you then as well. Now, for me, I've had some times in my life, particularly in the last year, where emotions are really built up, and it can be really difficult for me to concentrate on what I'm doing, for me to be present in social situations, all sorts of situations. It can be a challenge, and emotions can really rise high. And I realized there were a set of tools and practices I did, lost my words there, that really allow me to feel a bit calmer. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't feel negative emotions and just try and push them down and just focus on all the positives and all those kind of things, which is actually pretty bad guidance. And I've heard it many times, because if you don't allow yourself to feel your negative emotions and process them, then they're just going to be stored there, and it's going to be hard to feel the good ones if you keep pressing them away, which is really important. I'm talking about how in the moment you can start to feel better and put yourself maybe in a little bit of a calmer state whilst you do some work on yourself and process your emotions at other times as well. So ask yourself this question: how's it helping you by just getting caught into a negative state, getting really dragged down, not feeling good about yourself, and not being able to perform whatever you're doing, whether it's like a work task or be present in a situation or conversation? Probably not so good, because when I've allowed my emotions to get the better of me, I've not had a plan in place, then it can be pretty negative for me. So let's go into a few steps on actually forming a setback plan. So therefore, you can work through negative emotions when they arise. The first one is having a proactive plan in place. So first of all, be proactive, or a proactive practice in place. So first of all, have something each day that's going to allow you to work through and feel your emotions. Now, there's various things you can do on that. I'm going to talk about the setback plan in a minute, but it's important for me personally to have something proactive. So every day I like to visualize, I like to do some breath work. I sometimes journal, but not necessarily every day. Some people like to journal every single day. Have something, even if it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes is better than nothing, and 5 minutes will create consistency. Have something in place that's going to allow you to process your emotions, to feel them, and to work through things. For me, it's breath work. That really allows me to feel some of the negatives. I might journal it afterwards and actually go through and release why did I feel the negatives, so I can release them, so I can acknowledge them and not push them away. So having something proactive is the first thing I do. The second thing, write something down that you could do in the moment when you're perhaps getting a bit stressed, a bit frustrated. So maybe when you get stressed, what you can do is take some deep breaths. Okay. Or maybe it's to remind yourself of a good memory. So the second thing is write something down. Maybe it's on your phone, because most of us live on our phones. Or maybe it's a little card that you can look at and pick out of your pocket. And when you start feeling stressed, annoyed, whatever it is, or down, you can look at it and remember what you're going to do when you're not feeling so good. And the third one, make sure it's something you can do quick, because if you write yourself a plan to do when you're feeling negative and it's really overcomplicated, really long, you're not going to do it, because you're not going to feel in the most resourceful state. So, for example, you could write down, when I feel stressed, I'm going to take 10 deep breaths and then just analyze my thoughts. By the time you've done your deep breaths, it's probably likely that the stress would have gone down anyway. But yeah, just put something down that's very quick to do so you can acknowledge it. But obviously, let's go through these steps again. Have something in proactive. So proactive practice. So actually, you do allow yourself, whether you feel good or bad each day, to actually just sit with yourself and feel how you're feeling. Could be yoga, could be meditation, could be breath work, whatever it is. Something that allows you to connect with you, so that actually you do have chance to be with you. The second one, write down a setback plan. So this is reactive in the moment when things are building up. What are you going to do? And maybe actually, if things are so intense, you do have to take yourself away and be with yourself for a little bit, right? And actually really maybe do a longer breathwork practice or something like that. So write something down that you're going to do in place when emotions arrive. And the third thing, make sure it's simple and effective to do. Simple and quick, so don't overcomplicate it. Now, I've got an extra point that I wanted to share with you as well. And I just want to share what mine was really for you. So mine is every time I get a little bit stressed, what I'll do, or a little bit frustrated or annoyed, is I'll catch the thought and then say, where's this coming from? What am I feeling? So I allow myself to feel that. And even by acknowledging it's that's fine. And then what I'll do is start doing some box breathing. So this is like 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out, exhaling, and then 4 seconds hold, repeat 10 times. I'll do that process. So that's my personal process in order for setbacks or to calm myself down when I'm in a more stressful, frustrating situation. So that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for being here. You're improving other people's lives by being the best you. And remember, you're in control of your own self-esteem and confidence.